It's Thursday, June 28th, and time for your Barbados Today evening news update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. The Barbados economy is expected to rake in some $70 million annually from the proposed Sandals Beaches Resort. Construction on the St. Peter property is expected to begin in January next year. And Deputy Chairman of Sandals Resorts International, Adam Stewart, says the hotel chain will not only employ over 1,000 workers in full-time positions, but also form close links with the agriculture and manufacture sectors.
We're looking at something in the order between 14 to 1,500 full-time employees, in excess of 2,000 employees during the development, and then we would imagine somewhere in the order of 75 million US a year in economic footprint. So between employment, working with the local taxi drivers, entertainers, we started today with Prime Minister Motley's government having conversations this morning about deepening our local consumption and from into the agricultural sector, manufacturing sector, craft sector, and then talking about, we're already using the taxi drivers, but that's going to widen. So all things being equal, Sandals Resorts International in 2.5 years from now to about 3 years will employ just around 3,000 Bajans full-time.
Stewart, who was speaking to journalists on the sidelines of a function to highlight the hotel's contribution over the years, says Sandals remains confident in the Barbados economy and was ready and willing to work with the government as new tax measures take effect.
It's early days. We have made it clear that we are willing to participate in the new luxury tax on the hotel. I think the government is going to do what they have to do, and certainly we want to continue to play our part. So Prime Minister took the time to explain a lot of the economic facts of Barbados, and I said we had an excellent meeting with her, and we have not lost confidence at all in the country of Barbados, and we gave her a full commitment that the beaches resort is going ahead, irrespective of some of the discussions and decisions they're having. So this is, it's topical in Barbados now, but we have had different discussions like this for many years in the Caribbean. Our Caribbean states for years have struggled in many ways economically. We are just very proud that we are the company that is driving employment, driving training and development, driving local consumption, and we kind of feel that we're a CARICOM at work in many ways. So we're good. We've had a great week, a great couple of days on in Barbados, and finishing on a high now with our team member engagement, showing them all of what we do in the marketplace and where we're going. And
companies operating in Barbados have little appetite for workers with only secondary school level education. That's the findings of the just released employers survey conducted by the Ministry of Labour and Social Partnership Relations. The report showed only 14% of companies in the cultural and creative sectors were hiring secondary school graduates, while 17% in the international business sector were interested in workers with such qualifications. The bulk of secondary school leavers were employed in the manufacturing and tourism sectors. Chief Research and Planning Officer in the Ministry of Labour, Ricardo Noville, explained the findings.
It depends on the student also. It depends on the student, because sometimes what happens is that is there going to be an uptake of the knowledge? Well, is that student in a position to facilitate creative thinking, right? What about the STEM subjects? The science, the technology, the English and the mathematics and those kind of things. Sorry, engineering, mathematics and those kinds of things. Are the students going to, where are they in that? Because you can still have a curriculum by educational institution, and if the student isn't up to speed up to a certain point, so it's still up to where the student is, what the educational institution is doing to help that student, right? So it's a symbiotic relationship. So as I said, it all depends. It all depends.
Promoters in Barbados now have a representative body to look after their interests. The Entertainment Association of Barbados was set up last evening following a 2-hour-long closed-door meeting between the Minister of Creative Economy and Culture, John King, and the promoters.
So this is going to be a very fruitful relationship. and government is going to be an integral part of making sure that everybody goes forward and putting Barbados first.
Sports now, and West Indies A bows out of the Tri-Nation Series following a third consecutive defeat. This after England Lions defeated the regional team by 9 wickets on Thursday. Needing a win to stay alive after losing their 2 previous matches, the Windies could only muster 162 runs. The Lions then romped to 163 for the loss of just 1 wicket in 25 overs. The Windies still have 1 match remaining against India A on Friday.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To news from the region, former Guyana Member of Parliament Abdul Kadir has died in a U.S. prison. Kadir was serving a life sentence for conspiracy to commit a terrorist attack at New York's JFK airport nearly a decade ago. According to reports, Kadir, who is in his 60s, became ill early Thursday and was taken to the prison's medical facility where he died. Kadir was convicted and sentenced in 2010 along with 3 other elderly men for plotting to blow up gas pipelines at the airport. He maintained his innocence despite the conviction. And finally, multiple people are dead after a gunman opened fire at a media house in Maryland. We get the details in this report from Reuters TV.
At least 5 people were reportedly shot dead at the Capital Gazette newspaper building in Annapolis on Thursday afternoon. Authorities say first reports of an active shooter inside the building came in at about 2:40. One tweet from Capital Gazette reporter Phil Davis said, "A single shooter shot multiple people at my office, some of whom are dead." Police, ambulances, and other first responders arrived at the scene soon afterwards and began clearing the building. Officials say the suspect was apprehended. The Capital Gazette services the city of Annapolis and is one of the oldest dailies in the United States. It's owned by the Baltimore Sun. A motive for the shooting has not been established.
And that's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good day.